Hi and welcome to the Cozy Corner. Here we talk about all things game dev.
In this video, we will talk about 10 beliefs about game dev that are true or not true. Because some may be scary and people believe them, or some can be really inspiring and help us a lot.
But first, let's get cozy. Number 1. If your game fails, you're not cut out to be a game developer. Well, I think we can all relate that is completely fake. Take us for instance. We have launched many games and we actually started with publishing a game on Steam. It's called Fantasy Fighters. You can check it out in the description, but I'm not here to market the game because, as I mentioned, it's in the category of failed game. It's just an example for people to know that if your first game fails, it's alright. It means that you have experience and there's no such thing as a failed game because you gain so much from it. That being from you learning how to game dev, parents and family enjoying a good game that you created, or if your first game actually turned out to make you some good amount of money and make you independent, congratulations. But it's alright to have a game that's out there, published, and it's not successful, but it's yours at least. And a not very popular advice, but we actually recommend failing. Do not be scared of failure. The items on this list might be short. We want to make a quick video about all these myths, but if you want to talk about any of them in particular, please let us know down in the comments.
Another belief that is 100% fake is that we need to create something original and new. Because truth be told, in our day and age, that's quite impossible. We're surrounded by these amazing people and amazing things that inspire us, but we can't really do something new. What we can do is bring our personal touch into it. And that creates personality, that creates a different aspect to it. There are thousands of mechanics, art styles, anything, and we might not even know about them, but someone somewhere has created it before. That's not something that we should focus on. The thing that we should focus on is to do something that's personal to us, that's better in some way, and that makes us happy, because it might make someone else happy too.
Once the game is launched, the work is done. No! Once your game is launched, your work is done. That's another myth, because like a YouTube video, once you publish something, you want to stick around and answer the comments, check your analytics, see what you can do better. It applies the same to a video game. If it's out there, you want to see what people play, where do they get stuck, what bugs they find, what comments do they leave, can people even run your game? It's good to focus on the games even after you publish it, and sometimes, if you ask me, it's even more work to focus on the game after it's out in the world.
Another myth is polish can make your game feel and look incredible, and that is 100% true. You can have a simple game, but if you create something that aligns with the concept and looks really clean and has all finishes and the stuff that actually makes you really drawn into the game, then that completely changes everything. Let's not even talk about the logo. I'm sure you've seen these amazing assets on Steam or on all these pages that publish games, and they draw you in. That's the first thing you see, and these things are so important. Because unfortunately the first impression does matter. And in games, it can really level up the entire experience.
This is my favorite myth because it's 100% true. Finishing a game is much more difficult than starting a new one. Hence, game jams. We love participating in game jams because you have a limited amount of time to create and finish a game, but it's that starting of a new project, that feeling when you open up your game engine and you create those folders for scripts, for assets, for sprites, and you start organizing the architecture in the code, and that is extremely satisfying. Or maybe that's just me.
Another one is more features equals better game. And sorry, but that's not true. Because the more you build in there, I bet you think it's better and cooler, but it can get really confusing. And if you don't make it logical, if you don't make a UI that makes sense, if you don't make a tutorial, then I would totally get lost. And that's not something that we want, because we want the user to dive in and to directly understand what's going on. So try to reduce your aim for many features and do maybe 2 or 3, but do them well, do them smooth, and whatever you want to include after, you can, but make those very clear and make a good tutorial.
According to my calculation, to create my dream game is too expensive, so I better don't start at all. Well, this is another myth. Game dev, it's not expensive at all to start in the beginning. Okay, yes, to buy a laptop, to know coding, to pay for all those teachings and all those courses. Well, guess what? You also have courses on YouTube, and it's all about your motivation and inspiration to start a video game. It can get expensive when you want to publish it, to market it, but everything can be done with zero cost in the beginning, which will take much more time to learn because you will be your one-man army doing the marketing, the publishing, the research, and the assets. Maybe you can even afford an artist in the beginning to create those graphics for Steam that we mentioned earlier. But game dev is not expensive to start with. It's only when you get serious it starts to get more expensive, but by the time maybe you have some savings put aside and you can actually buy a better laptop to render those 3D graphics that you've been wishing for.
Game dev design is a skill of iteration and not perfection. That is 100% true. The best way to look at games is a fluid process that adapts to the user. Now, of course, at some point it needs to be finished so you can actually publish it and get it out there. But once it's out there, as you already mentioned, the work continues. And so does the design and everything visual in the game. So maybe you play it 100th time and you see that there's a small defect or there's a small drawing or button that you don't like anymore. You can always go in and change it. And the cool thing is that somehow the users might actually see these small changes and then they feel like you actually care about the product. It's not just out there and you're done with it. No, you actually still care, you still maintain, you still polish it because you realize and you grow within your skills that you can do better now.
Imposter syndrome is common? Yes. Again. Imposter syndrome is very common in the game dev community. That means that you're very good at what you're doing, but you still feel like you're behind. You see all these game devs on YouTube or publishers and you're like, damn, they're all so much better than I am. Or how did he think of creating that system? Or like, that mechanic is so tough. I could never create such an inventory mechanic. All this, they lead up to you not believing in your own skills. And that is the imposter syndrome because you're here, you're watching this, you probably have a game published, maybe on itch or maybe you're working on one with your friends. That is already a huge step, so it's very common among us. I have 2 games published and I feel like I know nothing about game dev yet. I would like to create tutorials, but I feel like who am I to teach others? But it's only about the perception and it's all relative to who is asking.
The last myth is that if you don't finish your game quickly, you're lazy. Well, the thing is, procrastination is a problem. I'm 100% part of the group that does procrastinate quite a bit. But the idea of being lazy because you don't finish your game fast is not true. Because lazy doesn't necessarily mean no progress. It means maybe slow progress. It means that you might be looking somewhere else, trying to get inspired, trying to learn new things, and you might come back with new information every single time you sit down working on it. Time does not equal lazy. Time means longer development. That might be in-depth working. That might be well thought through concept. But it doesn't mean lazy.
So, thank you so much for watching our video. Let us know if you agree with any of these myths, and if you know any more, please let us know down in the comments which myths have you encountered. Also, vote for the best hair.
I must admit, we had this small competition about hair in this video, and I obviously didn't play with it so much because I don't have to. But you probably saw that he has been flexing his hair for a while now, and that's because we got some compliments on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
He specifically got compliments on Discord and now he's very proud of his hair.
This is so cute. This video will have more bloopers than video.
Yeah, possibly. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe and join us in our future videos, and we wish you a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
No.
What did I say?
In this video we'll call out 10 myths.
In this video, we'll talk about...
You're doing great. Don't worry. But first, let's get cozy. Ooh, let's switch the mugs. I'm curious if people notice we switched months.
Yes. Truth be told, that's quite impossible. Personal... Ich kann heute nicht reden.
Please.
Please.
Good luck, Charlie, editing this.